this is the page. It's called DGL Engagement Groups. Something else I wanted to mention, we are opening this to the public at a later time. So we're going to be getting more people, in here and checking out, what we have going on, what DGL has to offer, what our businesses are, and just kind of contributing to the entrepreneurial world. So once you join this group, these are just the same rules that we've gone over. You're more than welcome to read them in depth. This group is literally just for signups. That's all we're using this for. We'll post in here every month different sign-up times. We are looking for more leaders. We do want the leaders to be really, really committed to Instagram. So at least a couple hundred following. So it looks like you've been doing this for a little bit. Just come in here and drop your name. Go ahead and drop your number, your group WhatsApp number, and we will update this page how we decide to go through this. We are setting the groups live next Tuesday, so we'll have a week to iron out all the details. But yeah, pick your times. If none of these times work for you, if you could reach out to me privately, I would love to know what other times people are looking for, and I will try to find leaders to accommodate those times. But we really did try to hit all ends. Something that I would love to recommend is if you haven't already set up later, do that. So at least everything's set up for that time, and it'll be so quick for you to jump in there and say, hey, my thing's posted, season a couple of people's, and it's going to be in a manageable group. I think we're 12 people. Is that what we decided, 12, 14 people? So you're not going to have 100 people, go and engage and season in like 15 minutes. So it's not going to be too crazy. And if for any reason we see this being too overwhelming, we will make the group smaller. But this is just like the beginning, the testing. So we just need more help. So anybody that wants to be a leader, please let me know. I think we got it all.
Woo! That's what I'm talking about! If you guys love IG, write IG in the chat roll right now, because I know there's a whole bunch of people that like it. Gosh, maybe I should be an auctioneer. That'd be like my new profession. I think I like that idea. It is time. We are streaming live on YouTube. I kind of look like a ghost right now, which is awesome. But check this out. Guys, who has a morning routine and who has failed at their morning routine before, right? A lot of people, including myself, have gone through this morning routine thing and started it, did really good for 2 or 3 weeks, and then we fell off the books. What happened, right? Well, tonight, I'm so excited because the Genius of the Week, Amanda Weller's going to come out and she's going to share 4 things to never do in your morning routine. I'm super excited about this. 4 things not to do in a morning routine, because everyone talks about what to do. These are the things not to do. And if you avoid those things, you'll probably have a lot more success. So Amanda, please, if you could, come on out. Welcome to the show.
Hey guys. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the morning routine, because it's something that I've been working through too and that I've failed at multiple times. The biggest thing that they say about having a morning routine is it's your best opportunity to feel confident and productive each day. It gets you an opportunity to set up and take control of your day and not let your day control you. But there are 4 things that you shouldn't do in that morning routine, that'll help you be a little bit more successful. So the first one is going to be the big hitter. Do not check social media for the first hour of the day. Just don't do it. It's bad. There's so many bad things that come from doing that. The first one is that it triggers what they call the comparison frame. So you're scrolling through Facebook and you're like, oh, this person has this person got married, this person has this many followers, whatever. You start first thing in the morning comparing yourself to how everyone else is doing, which obviously is not good. And it also fires off what they call novelty, and that makes your brain happy. So novelty is seeing new things. And when you're scrolling, obviously you keep seeing new thing after new thing after new thing, and you're going to get distracted. And that's why you end up in that dead cycle of I just keep scrolling and I don't realize I lost 30 minutes. So by checking social media first thing in the morning, you're going to forget your day. You're going to forget your goals, whatever you had going on. You're going to be stuck scrolling through whatever's going on in your social media. So one of the examples, I've been geeking out on Brendan Bouchard YouTube videos, and this is one of the ones he did a video on this, and one of the examples he gave is to think about having a middle school kid. They wake up every day, and the first thing that you tell them to do is start comparing yourself to everyone in school. Instead of focusing on like what you want to do or what you've got going on, compare yourself to where every other kid is at. Like you would never tell a middle school kid to do that. They have enough trouble as it is. That's the same thing that you're doing to yourself first thing in the morning, you know, when you start scrolling through social media. And it trains your brain to be rewarded by comparison and distraction, which is obviously not good. So first thing in the morning, you're checking out of your own life and you're checking into everybody else's life. So the tip for that one is to put your phone in a completely different room, not by your bed, not something that you can just grab when you get up in the morning and start scrolling through. So that's number one. Number two is not very similar. Don't check your emails and don't check your text messages, because those are all other people's needs and lives and things that they've going on, things that they want from you. So again, you're checking out of your own life and you're checking into what other people want you to do. So it gets you reacting to other people and it trains you to be a follower rather than to lead your own life. And they did a study of high performers that say if you check your email and your text messages in that first 60 minutes of every day, over a week's time, you lose 30% productivity. Because you're just like, same thing with social media, scrolling through, you're starting to respond to everyone else instead of focusing on your own goals for the day. It's the same thing like the middle school kid example. They say you're checking in, telling the kid, you know, in middle school, instead of focusing on your own stuff in the morning, check in with what everybody else wants you to do. And a lot of people will say, I think this goes along with both of them, is that they don't have, I know I said it, enough time for a morning routine. And one of the things that Brendan Richard said in his videos, it's not that you don't have time, it's just that you're spending the time that you do have really poorly, because you're looking at social media, you're checking emails, you're responding to other people. And then the third one, the worst thing you can do is start your day with no intention. So you're just, you know, you get up, you go through the motions, you go to work, you don't think about your day, you don't plan ahead. Everybody and anyone can do that. Setting up yourself with intention for the day makes all the difference. So instead, you want to think about the major things that need to happen for that day, whatever's going on in your day. And whether you meditate it or just think about it, walk yourself mentally through your day and how things are going to happen. Ask yourself questions like, how can I go into this meeting with excellence? What can I bring to the table? How can I contribute uniquely to my day? So setting yourself up first thing in the morning with a pure intention for the day, knowing what you're walking into instead of just like taking things as they come, that'll make a big difference for you and it'll help keep you motivated throughout the day. And then the last one is don't hit the snooze button. That's bad. So this one wasn't in Brendan's video, but like I did research and this kept coming up every single time. And I have been prone to doing this, but it's really bad. So most snooze buttons, I know mine, last like 7 minutes. Mm-hmm. And that is not enough time for your body to go through a full sleep cycle. So you fall back asleep after your alarm goes off, and then it wakes you up again 7 minutes later, and you're in part of most likely your deepest sleep, and that's the hardest for you to wake up out of. So your alarm jolts you back to wakefulness after you're in sleep cycle, then you end up in what they call sleep inertia, which is like your grogginess, your memory and judgment is lapsed, your reaction time is poor, and it says it can take up to 4 hours for that to improve once you've gone through your day. So hitting the snooze button is a very bad thing. As soon as it goes off, get up, and what they say for that is, and I'm sure you heard it before, is put your alarm somewhere away that you can't just reach it, when you are in your bed. So those are your 4 things. And basically the sum of it all is that you set yourself up for a successful routine for the day, give yourself that head start. You're setting yourself up to win your day. If you win one day, you win the next day. And then if you win the next day, you can win your week, you can win the month, So that's what I've got.
Woo! Little wins equal big results. That's what I thank you, Amanda. That was amazing. Guys, if you love that, write snooze in the chat roll because I know that's amazing, and I am guilty. I hit the snooze button myself, but thank you for that tip, and I didn't even know. What is it called? Sleep inertia? Is that what you said? Okay, so I don't want to be in the sleep inertia zone. That's no good. That's the no-go zone. Awesome. All right, Mr. Chris Baden's in the house!
Yeah, if you guys are wondering who's up next, I'm excited to tell you because what she's going to be talking about speaks to those times when you're staring at Facebook Ad Manager, and Facebook Ad Manager is staring right back at you. But you're stuck there wondering, what targets am I going to put in here? And if I don't pick the right ones, then this ad's going to suck, and it's going to fail, But you can lay aside all that fear tonight because Cheyenne is going to be coming out talking about targeting tips and secrets. It's important to know what to put in there, but it's also important to know what those boxes mean and how important they really are and how Facebook itself views those things. And Cheyenne's going to clear all that up tonight. Cheyenne, we're excited to hear what you have to say.
Thanks for the intro, Chris. Okay, guys. So I love Ads Manager. Raise your hand if you love Ads Manager. Some of you may think, oh my gosh, Ads Manager is so scary. I have no idea what I'm doing. You may feel like what Chris just said. You get to Ads Manager and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to go do something else in my business because I don't even know what to do in here. So I'm going to try to clear that up for you. Today, Ashley said one of her biggest struggles in her business was honing down on split testing, going through targeting and her client avatar. So I'm going to be going through all of that stuff today. So I hope it clears it up for you. I'm going to give you guys also actionable steps you guys can take by the end of this training. Like you'll be able to fill out this cool thing and do it right now so you can start getting an Ads Manager and loving Ads Manager. Because I remember when I used to get in there and be so intimidated, but it's not really intimidating. It's really fun and it gets you good results and you get to work with people that you love. So let's get into that. Okay. So first things first, I'm going to give you guys an analogy because you have to understand what you're doing in Ads Manager to understand its importance. Finley, not right now. No barking. Okay. If my dog barks, I'm sorry. So first things first, do you guys know what a pixel is? Like just, you know that phrase. Write pixel in the chat if you know, like, oh, I've heard of pixel. You know, I saw it in the basic training, but like, what is a pixel? Okay. Think of the pixel like your brain, okay? You have to train your pixel. Your pixel is the brain of your Ads Manager. Your brain knows what your favorite food is. Your brain knows when you wake up in the morning. Your brain knows that you have a dog. Your brain knows when you have to pee. Your brain knows everything about you, right? Right. Okay. And you've trained yourself over however many years you've been on this earth to know those things about yourself. So your brain has trained yourself to know all of those things that I was talking about. And we have to train your pixel to do a similar activity inside of Ads Manager. And if you you know, what is that word that I'm looking for? If you do bad things to your brain, like I don't know the phrase. If you what is that thing when you I can't think of it.
Your brain on drugs? Brain on drugs?
Yeah, like that's what I'm trying to say. Okay, if you're like doing drugs and drinking alcohol every day and you're not getting enough sleep, like you are hurting your brain, right? And if you are an Ads Manager, not training your pixel the right way, not doing good targeting and just being lazy and not doing the things, you are training your pixel the wrong way, okay? So these things are going to be so important to be able to implement in your business so you can train your pixel the right way to get you the right customers so you can work with awesome people. Like I wouldn't be here without Erin, right? And Erin and I are the same, right? So you want to start working with people who are similar to you, and I'm going to show you guys how to do that, how to make your pixel the best brain you have. Okay, let's get into it. So I'm going to share my screen and go through this document. I told you I was going to give you guys actionable steps that you can take right after this training so you can do everything you need to. So let me share my screen and show you guys what you're going to be filling out to help you with Ads Manager. Boom. Share screen. That one. And all right, thumbs up if you can see my screen.
Yep,
yeah?
You're good.
No? Not? Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, so hold on. There are all of these toolbars that pop up when you share your screen. You guys know what I'm talking about. All right, so whoa. That is the end. This is the beginning. All right, so Facebook Ads Manager targeting tips. All right, so this is similar to a client avatar worksheet. Some of you guys may have filled them out. Some of you guys may have no idea what I'm talking about. That's okay. I dumbed it down. This is how you do it. Okay, so after this, I'm going to download this as a PDF and share it with all of you guys. If you want it, we'll talk about that in a second. I don't know if you guys really want it yet. I'll have to see how the chat performs. Anyways, okay, so the first thing that I do this on a monthly basis, guys. Don't think this is beginner stuff. Like, I do this every single month to hone in on exactly who I want to be working with, okay? And you guys need to be doing this to your pixel because you need to be training your pixel just like you've trained your brain your whole life to be who you are today. Okay, here we go. How are you going to train your pixel? You're like, oh, Cheyenne, okay, I know it's important, but how do I do it? Okay, fill out this worksheet. So the first thing, list 25 of your favorite things in the whole wide world. Okay, I made this worksheet fun so you guys can do it and it'll be fun. For me, it's ice cream, gelato, anything frozen and sweet, like you'll find me with it. Traveling, I like journaling. Like I can't live without those things, right? So list 25. If you want to be a high achiever and have more targeting options, do 50, do 100. I've done this worksheet a similar worksheet so many times. I have so many ideas, but you'll get the gist of it. List 25 of your favorite brands. Facebook gives us the opportunity to target people who like certain brands that we like. So I put like Nike, Patagonia, Vera Bradley. You guys do this for you. I highlighted your because you're not Cheyenne, right? You're not going to be wanting to target the same things I do, because if you do, the results are not going to match. If Sean and I tried targeting opposite avatars, do you know what would happen? It would not work out, okay? So know that this worksheet is for you. Okay, the next one I put down, list 25 characteristics, qualities, or traits that you would like that you think a business owner should have. So dedicated, motivated. Maybe you think they should be reading a lot of books. Maybe you think they listen to a certain podcast. Maybe they like a certain magazine. This is just for characteristics, quality, and trait. Maybe they're very respectful. Maybe they're loyal. Who do you want a business owner to have? Why did I put this section? Guys, we are teaching people how to build an online business, okay? So they need to have business ownership qualities. 25 hobbies that you can't live without or that you would like to do in your free time. So let's say maybe you've just started your path here in DGL. Maybe you've been here for a while. Maybe you have the free time to do all these hobbies and you're doing them now. Maybe you don't. So if you lived in a perfect world and you had a perfect day, what hobbies would you like to be interacting in? I put volleyball, hiking. Those are just some of the things that I like to do in my free time. But again, this is for you. 25 products and services that you cannot live without. Guys, I wear Chaco sandals and Nike leggings every single day. If I didn't have those, my life would end, okay? So that's what I mean by this category, like what products and services that you cannot live without. And just list those out, okay? It's going to help you. This is kind of relatable to the brands up there, but it's a little bit different because you can get much more specific with this. Okay, list 10 main needs / core values. So loyalty, honesty, open-mindedness. This also kind of relates to the business partner thing. Okay, this is the gold right here. Okay, these are things that make you think outside of the box that a lot of people aren't doing in Ads Manager. Okay, list 50 things that you absolutely hate, cannot stand, and someone that you would never want to work with, okay? So this is going to be the exclude of Ads Manager. How many of you guys are really using the exclude to your advantage? I know I wasn't until like 2 months ago, and it's changed my life, all right? So we're going to talk about how impactful that can be. So for example, like fast food, I exclude all fast food restaurants. The only fast food I eat is Chick-fil-A. Why? Because it's real chicken, okay? I don't like McDonald's, so I exclude people that eat McDonald's. Under Armour. I'm not an Under Armour fan. I really only wear Nike. So I'm not going to work with someone who wears Under Armour because I don't trust them. It's like, it's just, it doesn't work. We're competitive. Disrespectful. I cannot stand like being disrespectful. I think there are boundaries with that. And also lazy. Okay, so list 50, not 25. This category, I changed the number. 50 things that you cannot stand. I see the chat blowing up and all of you guys are laughing, so I don't know what's going on, but I hope everything's okay. Okay, so this is a worksheet that you're going to be able to fill out. You guys can, grow with this as you continue to fill it out each month. But it's going to help you with targeting in Ads Manager. So you may be thinking, okay, Cheyenne, I'm going to fill out this, but now what do I do? I'm still clueless in Ads Manager. Okay, we're going to talk about that right now. All right, so I just did this very quick, little spiel right here. Okay, Facebook ads. You get to age. You put in the age because you know who you want to work with. You put in country, and you put in, the language, and then you get to the boxes, and you're like, oh my gosh, I have no idea where to start. How many of you have felt that way when you are doing an ad? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. Write it in the chat if you felt that way. Say, I have. Okay, so the first step, go to exclude first. And I'm going to show you guys where that's at for those of you who don't know where the exclude feature is. Okay, so here it is. Here's Ads Manager. I'm showing you guys exactly what I do right now. Okay, so I do US, I do the age. I don't go all the way up to 65. This is something else I want to emphasize. Do not do 18 to 65. You do not want to work with 18-year-olds nor 65-year-olds. I don't know what your age range is, but make sure that you're, honing in on that age range because 18-year-olds are very different than 65-year-olds, okay? So just make sure you pick that for your avatar. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. You get to country, you get to age, you get to language, and then you get to boxes, and you're like, oh my gosh, Jesus, take the wheel. Okay, this is what you do, guys. Don't panic. Exclude. You go to exclude first. I always do this now. I never used to do this because I didn't really I always thought of like, who do I want to work with? Okay, let's reverse the question. Think outside the box a little bit. Who do I not want to work with? That's why I have you guys write 50 things of people that you don't want to work with, okay? So I will go in here, I'll write McDonald's, I'll write like Burger King. I don't want to work with like cashiers. I don't want to, like, I write all of these different qualities of characteristics that would not be good for a business owner. I do that very first thing. And then I get into the includes, okay? Because it's easier then. If you know, write out who you don't want to work with, it's easier when you get into include. Okay, now we're gonna go back to the pixel. You guys know where to start, right? You know to go to exclude before include. But remember we talked about how important it is to train your pixel, because the pixel is the brain of your ads manager. Okay, so we need to be getting so specific. On the left-hand side of Ads Manager, you guys see where it says audience size, and there's this little gauge that goes back and forth between broad, which is yellow, green, and then red is specific. Okay, right now it says our potential reach. Look at that number. That is so many people, guys. Okay, I personally only really shoot for a potential reach of 50,000 people up to less than 1 million. Okay, so I try to gauge my audiences 1 million or less. If you're over 1 million or less, in my opinion, your audience is too broad. 1 million people, guys, that is so many people. You are not getting specific enough for your pixel to know exactly who you want to work with. And let me tell you, when your pixel is trained and when you have a team of people who you love talking to every day, your business is going to explode and you're going to be happier and you're going to get results and things are going to pick up for you. So where does this start? First, it starts with content. Let me be honest. It starts with content. You got to have good content. Then go into Ads Manager and have a heyday. And this is where you go. This is what you do. And these are the steps that I take every single month. I write my new avatar every single month because it evolves each month. And the beauty of being specific and really training your pixel to be the best pixel that it can be is going to get you amazing results, but you have to take time to write out those demographics of your avatar and do those exercises, because if you don't have that data and you don't have these qualities and characteristics that you can plug into Ads Manager, you're not going to win because you're not training your pixel to be as smart as your brain. Okay, let me stop sharing my screen. And also, let me check the chat in my notes to make sure I didn't miss anything. How is everything going? Because that's all I have for right now, but I'm gonna check my notes. 1 second.
It's going great. In fact, there's one question that was just on one of the last points you're making. It says, can you repeat the audience size you aim for again, please? From Meredith.
Yes, Meredith. Okay, so I go as low. I've gone as low as like 10,000 people before. I think that's a little bit too low, and that can be risky unless you've gotten to a point with you know exactly who you can work with. That's very risky. I would do 50,000 to less than 1 million. So 1 million or less is pretty much what I'm saying. I wouldn't go below 50K, 50,000 people. That's really risky. Maybe get there when you've really honed in on your audience and your avatar.
Dang, there you go. So there's like, hopefully your mind is blown with Facebook stuff. Will and Paige, let's go over to you guys for a second. What are some of the takeaways you're getting?
Smaller audience size is a big thing for us, honestly. We've always been pretty big with our audiences, and I actually kind of partly did your exercise today, Sharon. I sat down kind of myself and really honed in on a few things that we've never targeted before, but that are really truly us. And I just think, you know, for us, we've kind of maybe just gone for anyone and everyone, but now, you know, we all know who we are, we all know who we should be targeting, and now we have those audiences, and it's just a case of just writing ads and building ads to put in front of people who are us, and that's, you know, that's what I take out of it. So just niche down on who you are.
Right on, right on. Well, I'm sure there's some other people that had some similar takeaways. I hope you guys were able to catch your breath during this Facebook intermission, because we're going to Act 2, and in Act 2, like, Act 2 is almost the equivalent of, like, the Facebook butler, because what do butlers do? They bring you, you know, the nice little drink that you want, and then they bring you the food and the hors d'oeuvres that you would like. They pretty much bring it all right to you, making it convenient and easy and a phenomenal experience. And that's what Krista does, because she's been studying Facebook, and she spends a ton of time studying Facebook, and she's the Facebook butler, bringing all the answers that we want to know to us, to you, to your home tonight. Kristen, lay it on us.
I've never considered myself as a butler, but maybe I should change my personal brand. I appreciate you opening me up to that, Chris. I really, really do. So I want to be speedy, and I want to get to all the other good stuff in the show as any good butler would. I want to be quick servant tonight. So I'm going to give you guys a couple of things that not only have I been researching, but just that I've been observing as well. So if you guys are not, you can go to facebook.com/business. You can subscribe for business updates from Facebook. They'll go straight to your email box. You will not automatically get those if you're an advertiser. You may think, oh, I get emails from Facebook. Those are related to your ads manager. Those are not general business updates from Facebook, okay? So on the 14th of this month of May, there was a pretty good update that was just general changes to Facebook. I spoke about, I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago, I spoke about a couple of them. One of the things that Facebook's creator, Mark Zuckerberg, said was that he wants to honor people's choices to exercise control of their off Facebook activity. And you guys that are following along the Facebook journey and saga know that Facebook got in some trouble for privacy settings last year. There's a lot to it, and I don't want to dig into that because it already happened. But one of the things that they promised to do towards the end of last year was give people a little bit more control of their persona and their privacy on Facebook. And one of the ways that they've pledged to do that, and Mark has actually come out, Mr. Zuckerberg, I should call him, don't know the man, but he's actually come out and said that it'll be in the last half. He had a CNBC article just 2 days ago that said it'll be in the second half of 2019, and it's something that they've committed to and already started doing. So what this means, what this is going to be, and I spoke about it briefly before, but we're going to dig in tonight. What this is going to look like from everything that we all know as of right now is when you can go into your browser. Hopefully you guys are using Chrome. If you're not using Safari or Chrome, I'm not sure if I can trust you and continue the training. If you're using Opera or if you're using Internet Explorer or Edge, I don't know. If you're using Chrome, drop it in the chat because I just want to know, because you should be using Chrome. But if you're not using Safari or Chrome, switch, and there is a history setting. If you just go to the top right, click the 3 dots, that's how it is on my computer, and then go into history. You can clear your cache, you can clear out the history. Same thing with many browsers, even if you're using GASP, Internet Explorer. And along with that, in Facebook, they're going to have a clear cache setting. So what happens when you clear cache on a browser is there's cookies. And we should all know this as digital geniuses because that's one of the ways that our funnels function. We have those cookies that are then the first time that they see that ad and they see you, you scoop them up, you give them a cookie and, feed them and they're on their way. But really that cookie stays with them. They don't just eat it and then digest it. That cookie stays with the computer until the cache is cleared. Same way with Facebook. And it gets a little more technical than that even, and I won't break it all down, but what I'll tell you need to know is Facebook has committed now, and what we know is that anything outside of Facebook that's happening, so anything that's happening on the internet, it's not happening on the Facebook platform. A lot of people spend time on Facebook still, but anything that's browser history-wise is not going to be, there's going to be a setting where people can clear it. So it's not going to be something that you could target those types of interactions moving forward on Facebook. But still, you can target based off of brands, just like Cheyenne was talking about tonight. Cheyenne teed me up so well for this, and we did not talk today, guys. She teed me up so well for this because I watched a little bit of her Facebook Live the other day. If you guys didn't check it out in the DGL group, you should definitely go back and check it out. She hung out for an hour. It was very valuable. And one of the things she was talking about a lot was targeting in the pixel. And so with targeting, you guys can still target. I do the exact same thing that she was talking about, by the way, with my Facebook clients. I do that. I have a brand questionnaire that's very similar. Cheyenne and I were doing a lot of the same things. I actually did with Aaron's team, with the Laptop Globetrotters team, I did a whole little thing with them. So this is so, so valuable. If you're paying people to help you out, they will do this stuff with you. So don't take what she did lightly. You should be doing it. And I love that Cheyenne said, and I actually had it in my notes before she said it tonight, that she does it every month. Cheyenne doesn't just get to the top and then just kind of oh, okay, I'm just going to hang out. She's like, no, I'm going to keep figuring out. I'm going to do more. I'm going to keep learning. And that's what it takes. I have let myself, I'll tell you, I let myself get complacent, and the last 2 months have knocked me down because I had clients, their ads were performing, and then all of a sudden they weren't. Where are you then? Where's your business when you don't have a backup? You should be on multiple platforms. You shouldn't always be relying on Facebook. But what happens? Let's just be hypothetical here for a second. What happens when the Facebook targeting changes? Cheyenne has months and months of notes she can go to. And if somebody clears their browser history, she can pick from endless ideas because she has done this, and I'm sure other people have done it too, but she has done this religiously every month. So if somebody goes into Facebook and says, hey, you know what? Because it'll probably be really popular up front when it's in the news and everybody remembers to do this. They'll be like, oh, I'll go clear my cache. I want my privacy. Things will change for a hot minute. And then it'll be like everything else where people forget about it, I'm sure. But what I want to tell you is when that happens, you want to have your arsenal ready. So I want to give you 3 ways that you can kind of prepare and hunker down, kind of like I'm preparing for Sharknado tonight. So number 1 is exactly what Cheyenne was talking about. Using tools similar to what Cheyenne said, there's other brand questionnaire techniques that you can Google and find. I've got one that I'll share into the DGL group that I've shared with a lot of you before as well. Using those and pairing that with a free tool, SurveyMonkey is a free tool that you can use. Clearing your cache, I'll go over that, Miriam, at the end. I'll swing back and go over that. It's a browser term, but I'll go ahead and review that at the end of this. But SurveyMonkey is a free, you can get a personal version of SurveyMonkey absolutely free. If you guys have been doing this and have a decent following, like a couple hundred people on your page that are interacting with you, why would you not ask them what they like? If they have followed you, why would you not do a survey of 5 simple questions and ask them what brands they like, why they liked your page, and what they're interested in learning about the internet? Guys, it's a no-brainer. Better content for your followers, better targeting ideas for yourself. You could even incentivize them. You have to be careful with Facebook because if you do giveaways, there is you can go into the advertising policies of Facebook and there's a very clear-cut several paragraphs, like 4 solid paragraphs. But basically, you could even give away a gift card or something if you wanted, but you don't have to. Just those people that are loyal followers to you, they'll do it just because they care and because they want to. Any type of insight you could get back through the SurveyMonkey tool, completely free, just a copy and paste little bit.ly link that they'll give you. You drop it in there, tell people why you're doing it and how much it would help you. Say, Facebook is changing, I'm gearing up, I want to know how to better serve you guys, and I want, for you just want the targeting ideas. So get some of your top fans engaged in your page. How many of you, drop it in the chat if you have looked at how many top fans and contributors that you have on your page. Okay, Facebook now, I know the DGL group has that too, where you're a conversation starter, you're a top fan, you're a visual storyteller. Okay, go in and make sure you're engaging with those top fans. Message some of them that link individually. It's worth your time to get that kind of feedback, guys. This is like the gold rush, okay? So let's think about what could happen in the future. Mark Zuckerberg's already said it's going to happen. We don't know exactly how it will affect us, but the more data we can have right now in our gold stockpile, the better we're going to be and the better marketers we're going to be anyway. So you might as well do it now, okay? So that not only will help you on Facebook, that'll help you advertise on any platform. I don't care where you're advertising. These kinds of ideas can translate. You just have to know the technical side of how to do it, right? So that's number 1 and number 2. Number 2 is polling, like I talked about, using SurveyMonkey. I'll go back and get Miriam's question here in a second. I also uncovered a really interesting statistic. Facebook has really, we've talked about this on Trainer Dive, but Facebook has really been doubling down on groups and activity and community, and that's great. A lot of you in DGL actually have been starting your own groups, which I think is amazing. Fitness related, whatever you're passionate about, that's awesome. So in the last 30 days on the Facebook platform, group activity, new group join, like membership, has gone up 21%. 21% in 30 days, guys. So that means that Facebook is putting it at the top of the newsfeed, and they're saying, what kinds of groups are you interested in? How many of you have seen that in Facebook when you go in and it's talking about groups right when you log in? I see it on my desktop almost every single time I log in. And 21% of people, it's been an increase to Facebook groups. So I want to talk just for a second on a quick hack that you can do to add value to groups that you're a part of. Like-minded people, find them and attract them to your page. So number 1, anytime you go into a group, you need to read the rules, unless of course it's a group that you've created yourself, which is amazing. Kudos to you for creating a group. You join a group on Facebook, make sure you don't don't botch the rules, go in and read them. The admin will have a post. If you're allowed to post value into the group, that's the only way you can do this, guys. This is value only. How many of us do go lives that, we're passionate about topics like the environment? I know Aaron and Cheyenne are always talking about the environment and things like that, not just about Never Thirst is a good one. We've been talking about that a lot in the DGL group. Do things like that are value driven. Go into your business page. create a video or do a live, either way, upload a video, do a live, then unpublish it from the page. So hide it from the timeline. Okay, this is important. So go in, publish a video that you like, then hide it, don't delete it, hide it. Take the URL at the top of the screen. We've all taken a go live and taken the URL elsewhere, right? So take the URL at the top of the screen, make a nice value post inside of groups for like-minded things. So if it's an environmental group, if it's a hiking group, if it's a fitness group, whatever the value is, go and join a bunch of groups, be a great member of these groups, like get 5 to 10 groups that you can regularly engage with. Go in and then put that video from your business manager into that group. Then go in and create a custom audience after that video has been in these groups, 5 to 10 groups, engage with people, make sure you're checking your notifications, then go in and create the custom audience. So that way you can actually, because we all know you can't just target a group, unfortunately, I wish you could, but you can't just target a group, you can target brands and pages and things like that. So that's just one way that you can go in, utilize, all these people are jumping into groups right now and getting engaged, utilize that information, and then also still cater value, have amazing content for your page, but then when you actually create that custom audience, choose just that video. It's not on your page right now. It's not published on your page. It's been hidden, so people aren't watching it there. So you're actually, when you're creating that ad, you're actually just getting people who only saw it in those groups. So these are people that have your core values because you joined the group because of a core value. So think about that. I know it takes a lot of time, but this is a time or money game. We always say that affiliate marketing, you really have to have a lot of time or you have to have money or a good combination of both. So that's something for you players that maybe aren't doing, $20 to $30 a day yet, that are still trying to get up. You can take your time, you can provide value to people, interact in groups, and Facebook is going to highly reward you. So let me just go ahead and let me talk about clearing your cache. Cache is C-A-C-H-E, and it's just an internet term, like a browser term. So it basically just means history. It's just a bunch of temporary files for everywhere that you go around the internet. They're just temporary files that collect. And then basically Google tracks everything that you do. We should all know that. Everybody tracks everything that you do these days. But what we're saying is those temporary internet files, when you delete the history of your browser, they hypothetically they go away. They're supposed to go away. So what I'm saying is Facebook is moving to the route where anything outside the platform, now anything inside the platform is still game, could be removed if the user goes in and actually checks that box. That should happen sometime the second half of the year. So let's dig for this goal first. Let's get this information and have something powerful. Whether it be a survey, whether it be interacting in groups and creating custom audiences, or however you want to slice it. So that's what I've got for you guys. Sorry it was so lengthy this evening. Thank you guys.
No, that was amazing, Kristen. Awesome. And you were like Sharknadoing in and out for a second there, which is cool, but I loved it. Super excited. Did you go over how to clear the cache? I don't know if did you want to do a share screen and show people how to do that, or did you just want to, I know you kind of talked through it, but.
Yeah, I can actually add that into the DGL group too, so that's no big deal. I don't want to take up everybody's time, but I can add that, and then also the directions that I was talking about earlier. I'll add both of those things into the group so you guys can get those after the show.
Ooh, right fire in the chat roll if that was fire, because I know it was. Guys, we are on a Facebook bender tonight. Super excited to be there, but I'm going to come over to Ashley Carell just for a second, the pick a number panelist. Ashley, what was your favorite part of Kristen's segment?
Kristen's segment, definitely learning about posting the videos. I got all my notes here about posting videos in groups. Like, that's such an awesome idea, and I'm a part of a ton of groups because I went through this phase where all I did was join groups a few months ago. So yeah, I'm part of a ton of groups, so I'm definitely going to be utilizing that. That was awesome.
Awesome. Yes, I tried that out myself, but I didn't know to unpublish the post. I think that's like a super important tip because you can stay super focused on the groups that you're messing with. So, Kristen, that was an amazing tip. Thank you so much for sharing that tonight. And please stay out of the Sharknadoes, or at least get a chainsaw so you can cut them up. Anyways, we're moving right along. It is time for the one, the only, the unicorn. Horns up, bow down to this young lady. She is here tonight. Why? Because everybody's talking about campaign budget optimization. We're in Facebook land tonight. We're going to stick around in Facebook land tonight. Aaron Markowski is going to come out tonight and just talk about what it takes to win with campaign budget optimization. You might know it as CBO. Aaron, thanks so much for being here. The stage is yours.
Hey,
It is actually campaign-based optimization, according to Sean. I want to actually hear about how many of you guys know what CBO is. I know Kristen came out, I don't know if it was like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, but she talked about how Facebook is going to be transitioning over into CBO, I believe in August. I'm getting a lot of no's. Cheyenne does, hallelujah. I'm getting no. I knew about campaign budget optimization. Okay, like as soon as she said something about it, I was like, well, if this is the direction that Facebook's moving in, like I better figure out how to do it. And I'm going to show you in a second. I'm actually going to walk you through how to set it up. But I've been struggling for the last couple of weeks because I've been like, okay, I see this cute little switch that's now on my little campaign page whenever I go to set up an ad, and it says campaign budget optimization, and I click it, and then I get to ad set level, and I'm like, okay, I should be able to make all these different ad sets that I can test. Where do I do that? Like, and then I make my ad set. I'm assuming some magical button is going to appear where I can just create this other audience, and it's not there. And I'm like, okay, am I missing something? So just as a rundown, campaign budget optimization is going to be optimizing your budget in the campaign level now. So currently, whenever we optimize our budget, it is happening in the ad set level. So campaign is going to be the first page that you're on whenever you're setting up your ad, which is going to be where you select the objective of your ad. So generally, what we are going to be doing in this business is either engagement or campaign. Conversion, sorry, one of those C words, but conversion or engagement. So if you're running a conversion ad, you're going to be targeting and trying to get leads. If you're running an engagement ad, you're going to be running that ad to get engagement on your post. So that is going to be where the campaign level is. So we select our campaign and our objective. We move into the ad set level where we pick all the fun stuff like age and demographics, like Cheyenne was just going over, all that different stuff, placement, budget, and that's where we choose how much money we're spending per day. So $5 a day to target people who like to travel. That's where we're picking it. What Facebook wants to move into is moving into the campaign level. So you're going to choose in the campaign level, you know what, my full budget is actually $15 a day. So instead of going in and making 3 different ads all at $5 a day and hoping that all 3 of them do well, I'm actually just going to tell Facebook that I want to run this campaign all for conversions at $15 a day, and then I'm going to choose to run this campaign for conversions to 3 different ad sets. So this is where Cheyenne's, just what she went over today on this training could be applied if you want to test different demographics to target and see which one does best. But instead of kind of just like guessing and hoping, Facebook is actually going to take care of all the heavy lifting for you. So what Facebook is going to do is it's going to see what gives you the best. I actually don't know what it's based off of because I don't believe it's based off of the cost per lead. Kristen, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I believe I heard it was based off of the cost per lead click, but we'll just say for the sake of this training, cost per lead. So it is going to look at the 3 different demographics that you chose and be like, you know what, I'm going to put the majority of this $15 per day to this ad set and this demographic because this is going to be getting the most results, the best results. This is exactly what you're looking for, and this is, going to get you the most sales and the best conversions and all that fun stuff. So I am going to walk you guys through how to do that. I just wanted to explain it beforehand. It's probably going to make a lot more sense whenever you see like a visual representation of it. So I am going to share my screen. I just saw a message saying I'm cutting in and out. Am I cutting in and out or am I chilling?
I think you're good. You're good on my side.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Can you guys see my screen?
Yep.
Thumbs up? Yes? Dope. Okay, cool. So I am going to come into my ads manager and I am going to click on create. And we're going to see the screen. Everybody should be very familiar with this by now. This is going to be the campaign level. So we are going to click on conversion. So we want to run a conversion ad. We're going to come down here, and right here it's going to say campaign budget optimization, and we're going to click that sucker on. This is going to depend on your daily ad budget. I'm going to choose $15 a day just for the sake of this training, and then we're going to keep this on lowest cost. So we're going to click on continue here. And it's going to take us to the ad set level. So that's what we were talking about before. This is where we are going to choose our demographics, all that fun stuff. So I'm going to click on lead because that's what I want to optimize for. What you could do, I'm not going to do it for the sake of time with this training, but you could actually do what Cheyenne was suggesting before right here in this part and exclude all the people that you don't want and kind of go through the exclusion list. Don't go through the targeting just yet. I'll show you why in a second, but you can do the things that is going to be
congruent throughout all the ad sets, if that makes sense. So if you're going to be targeting the exact same age range, then you can change that age range right now. If you're going to be targeting the exact same, location, language, the exact same people that you want to exclude, if that's going to be congruent through every ad set, you can set that up right now. Same goes for the placements. So we can come in here, say we only want to target mobile, we only want to target Facebook feed, and then we're going to take everything else out. And what you'll notice with campaign budget optimization is that you actually do not anymore have the option of putting your budget down here. So we are going to set this up, and we're actually going to click on close and then save to draft. So whenever we save this to draft, it is going to show us our campaign right here in draft, and we're going to head over into ad set. And this is where we are going to actually be able to choose different demographics to target. So we're going to click on the ad set that we just created, and we're going to click on duplicate. So we want to duplicate in the original campaign, and I'm going to make 2 more copies because I want 3 overall. So I'm going to have the original and 2 copies. So I'm going to click on duplicate, and then bada bing, bada boom, we are going to see still just 1 campaign here, but we're going to see 3 ad sets. So now we're going to go in and we're going to edit each individual ad set to test a different demographic. So this might be whenever you want to test people who like traveling, and then we can go into the other ad set and we can target people who like skydiving or like scuba diving. You can just pick 3 different demographics that you want to test that align with your client avatar. And then we are going to click on publish once you have all of that edited. And what it's going to do is it's actually going to choose, and you'll see it actually in here. So you're going to actually be monitoring your cost per lead and all these different numbers in the ad set level as opposed to the campaign level. And it's going to be showing you where the majority of your money is being spent. And it's also going to be showing you all of the different just numbers and data that you need for each different ad set. So you can see why Facebook is putting the majority of your ad spend into maybe just one demographic and seeing how that's going and, what it's optimizing and all that fun stuff. So does that all make sense to everybody? Can everybody give me a thumbs up if this is makes sense? Does everybody have any questions or anything like that? Check the chat. This is going to be super simple and super quick because it's an easy setup. Doesn't look like anybody has any questions. Okay, dope. So now you guys know how do I get this off here? Now you guys know how to use CBO. Like I said, Facebook is going to be rolling this out, and I believe this is going to be the only choice starting in August or sometime around then. So it's really good to start practicing with it now, and it actually is going to save a ton of money because if you're spending $5 a day on 3 different ad sets, when you could be spending maybe $8, $9, $10 a day on one ad set that's really going to be giving you the best results, it's actually putting your ad dollars to work and getting you better results with the same amount of money. And we all love saving money around here. So that is how you put your ad dollars to work and you save a bunch of money and you use CBO. So
Aaron, I hope you know that you're getting a ton of love in the chat. Let's see. Yes, Maria was awesome. Rowena chimed in. It's this is gold. And we also had some people asking questions. Hunter said, can we make a training video for all of this? There's going to be a replay of this, so you can check that out. Someone asked for, let's see, something else. Are you willing to show us one of your ad sets? We were just in there. I don't know. Let's do this. If you guys like this segment, would you guys like to see more Ads Manager on Train or Die? Type yes in the chat if that's the case. While you're answering, back to you, Sean.
Yeah, that was amazing. Super excited. Oh my gosh, this episode was just jam-packed with crazy amounts of value. I'm coming back to the gallery view here because I want to make sure. Let me just do it on the other computer that's recording all things good on all channels social. We're going to start with a little breakdown of who is your favorite piece and why. Let's start with Miss Kristen Sharknado Louise. Kristen, if you're out there, hope you're not blowing away too far or doing anything crazy. I hope you got your chainsaw. Who's your favorite piece tonight and why?
I think that it's always really hard, but I think tonight I'm going to go with Erin just because I think it's so topical right now. It's so new, and I loved the first description that she gave because it's the exact internal dialogue I had. You log in, I knew it was coming, but you log in and you're like, oh, why is it there? I wonder. And then it's not what you expect. You click on it because you're like, oh, I'll try anything once. That's me. I'm like, okay. And it's not what you expect. So I love that you broke that down. And I think that's a good topic that we could talk about. I know I've actually still got questions on it myself and still trying stuff out. So I think we could talk about that in a future episode, but awesome job.
Yeah. Who's next? Cheyenne said, "Woo, you're next."
That's exactly what I said.
I know it is.
Instagram Pods is my pick because I've been a fan of Instagram forever. It's always been my favorite platform. I started on it, I try to tell you guys as many updates as I can with that. So Instagram Pods, so important. I just listened to a podcast yesterday while I was at the gym, and there was a study done for social media marketing that has been going on for 11 years, guys. And for the first year, Instagram has increased its marketing tactics by the users who took the survey 11%, and it's never made that jump. And Facebook decreased for the first time in 5 years. So if that does not tell you something, you need to get on Instagram, you need to learn it, and you need to pay attention to all of us who are talking about Instagram, because Facebook is declining for the first time in 5 years. Take that, Mark Zuckerberg. Just kidding, he owns Instagram too. Okay, Will and Paige, what about you?
We are going to go for you, Cheyenne, because I think it's so important for people to really understand who they are and who they're targeting, and not, you said it with like the age. I mean, for us to go and target, 18-year-olds, it's just not going to work. So for people to really narrow down on who they are and what they need to be targeting, I think it is so key and so crucial. So that's mine. I don't know if that's Paige's, but
Yeah, no, I'm good to go. I could go well.
You guys, you are 2 people. You get 2 votes. So.
No, it's okay. I voted for Cheyenne. That
All
was
right.
my vote.
There it is. Awesome.
I didn't change it.
Let's go to the genius of the week, Amanda Weller. What's up? Who did you vote for and why?
Hey, I voted for Cheyenne too. Just like the exclude function, I don't do a whole lot with that, but that's a great idea. And just the idea of working through targeting, I definitely need to do that. So thank you for that.
And Mr. Co-host, Mr. Chris, the idea guy Baden.
Oh, hey, everybody. My vote tonight goes, Cheyenne and Kristen, Aaron, you got, like, the powerhouses. My heart goes out to the underdog tonight. Amanda, for coming on Train or Die, putting herself out there. And I like to log questions. And so the one big takeaway that I got was, how can I contribute to the day? I love that question, like at the end of the day or like before you get into the day, asking that. Because when you ask great questions, you get great answers. So that's my vote. Ashley, have you gone yet?
So my favorite was also Cheyenne, because I've been struggling so much with demographics. But honestly, like, taking what Cheyenne said and what Aaron said and putting them together, like, I'm so excited to try new things and see how it works out for my business. But yeah, let's go with Cheyenne.
Yeah, let's jump over to Jackie C or Jackie D. I don't know which one it is. It's probably both.
Yeah, it's both. So I had a hard time picking Cheyenne and Aaron. I loved your tips, but Cheyenne, I got to go with you because I've been practicing my pixel and like trying to hone in on that. So definitely gonna put that to work.
All right.
Chris, do I pick? Kristen, did you go?
Yeah, it's Aaron and myself, and Jeanette had to run, I guess.
Her computer.
Or her
Okay,
computer
hi,
died.
Sean.
Her computer died. So it's just me or Aaron.
Sean.
Me, I personally am actually going to choose Ashley tonight. And the reason I'm going to choose her is because she took notes. And I'm grateful for anyone that takes notes. I'm a huge note taker. And I believe there's something intuitive when you write stuff down, it goes and clicks in your brain. And so like when I asked you what your favorite part was, you're like, I got all my notes. I was like, yes, that is awesome. So good on you. That's my vote tonight. And let's go over to the unicorn.
Hey, I actually have to go with Amanda because I am known for being like Brenda Burchard's #1 fan, and she just fooled me because she was like throwing out these facts, and I was like, have I not seen this video yet? Like, I hadn't heard any of that. Like, well, I don't even remember what the percentage was if you wake up and you like check your phone or social media in the morning every morning, but your productivity lowers by, what was it, like 11% or 30%?
30%.
30? Like, what? That blows my mind. I'll throw my phone out the window every morning. Like, I can't be like dropping 30%. We have to be productivity machines. That just blew my mind. Amanda wins.
Whoo! Well, the panelists have chosen Miss Cheyenne. Super excited for Cheyenne. She got the lightning in the background. Let's see if the audience, you guys are the ones that matter the most. The answer is ding, 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 ding. Cheyenne, congratulations. You are this week's winner of the Digital Golden Belt. Super excited for you. You actually dethroned Miss Erin, the unicorn. For now, maybe you should come back next week and kick your butt, but we'll see what happens. Who knows? Anyways, that's it then, guys, for tonight. Thank you for showing up. Guess what? Next week, we're going deep with a guest speaker. Let me tell you who this guy is. He's got 2 wives. Okay, so that's crazy in itself. And he's known for viral videos, right? He is the guy that's going to give us the secret sauce on how to build a viral video. Now, here's some background, right? He built a YouTube channel in 24 hours, had over 18,000 subscribers. So he knows what he's doing, he knows how to do it, and he's going to be dropping all his gold. You can't even get in with him unless you pay him $50,000 to like learn his stuff, but he's going to be on the show for you guys because that's how much we love you. So, Cheyenne, if you could, please take it away, share some good words tonight, and guys, don't forget, you want to show up next week, we're going to be putting out some promo videos and everything else for Adam Lyons. Look out for that guy, he's coming strong. So, Cheyenne, what is your last piece that you want to share with everybody?
Okay, you guys just learned a lot of stuff. Now you have to implement it. The doers are the most productive people I've ever met in my life. So make sure you're doing all of these things that you just learned tonight. And I'm gonna post those PDFs. Kristen has a PDF. We all have resources and things that we want to share with you guys. So make sure you actually do it. The pixel is the brain of your ads manager, and you need to train it the right way. Okay, do it. That's all I got. Bye!
Do it, do it, do it. We'll see you guys, same channel, same time, next week. Guest speaker, don't forget, don't miss. See you later.